Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through a little bit about weight in triathlon and the perceived stereotypes, I guess, that triathletes experience. But first, I thought I'd just give you a quick update. This week I'm going to be racing Llanelli, and that is in Wales, and it's a British Elite Series draft legal race. So back on British soil and making sure that I race to my best potential and get it done the best way possible. But yeah, that's local to us here in Wales, and it's quite nice to be back on domestic soil, not have the faff of travel and stress of travel, because that completely put me out of my comfort zone, but instead being able to race close by. It's within an hour for us here in Wales. So something that I've struggled with since I started out in triathlon has actually been my weight. And it's not necessarily that I'm fat or thought that I was fat. That is definitely not the case. I just carry quite a bit of muscle, and I just thought that stereotypically when you look at triathletes, they're so lean, so thin, and like absolutely miniature. I'm like, well, that's just not me. And I thought that I had to like really reduce my muscle mass and get down to a really low weight in order to be able to compete. And Kristian Blummenfelt has just gone and blown that out of the water, because that's just not the case. He is quite like, trust me, I've met him. He's not big in any way, shape or form. I'm not suggesting that. There's been so much on the social media and even on the Ironman Now channel when they were presenting on the like chat feed about his weight and about how big he was, and that he was too big to do triathlon essentially, which is ludicrous. He's just gone and won the Olympics last year, and he's just won the World Championships this year in an Ironman. So like, that's absolute rubbish. And that's a lot of affirmation for me in terms of you don't have to be tiny to be able to do triathlon well. Granted, he's got an obscene VO2 max in the 90s, and I don't. So, you know, like, there's that to consider, and he's got loads of other massive benefits to his program and the way he trains, and also his previous experience. Like, he's been doing this program, this scientific program, for the past couple of years. And by past couple of years, I mean decade. Even so, it's just really reassuring to all triathletes, not just myself, that you don't have to be really small or like low body fat or lack of muscle or anything like that to be good at triathlon or running or cycling or swimming. Like, that's just not the case. And it's just a healthy reminder, isn't it? We have these perceptions, but is that really the best that you can get out of yourself? And why are you looking for marginal gains when I'm sure that there's massive gains to be made elsewhere, especially for myself? Like, I know that there's still a lot of gains to be made within the training and the physiology side of things. Like, I don't need to be looking for those small percentages in body fat or lack of muscle or whatever. I tried to go lack of muscle in the past. Like, I tried to like basically starve myself within reason, obviously controlled and under guidance, but I tried to lose that muscle mass to try and get down to a low body weight. But I've just got a big frame and I've just got like high muscle mass density. So I can't reduce it too much. My body just won't function properly when I go down to that low body fat percentage. So it's not worthwhile for me to be doing. But yeah, I just thought it was mad. I thought it was mad that people were commenting on his weight despite being a world champion, despite winning the Olympics. Like, it's bonkers, and just something to remember and just humble people with. But yeah, let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Do you have this perception that elite triathletes have to be small, or you have to be small in order to be good at triathlon? I think it's a load of rubbish. Maybe that's me just comforting myself, but you look at Blummenfelt as the world champion and you're like, well, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.